Hello students, today we will learn about the Chola dynasty. Chola dynasty was one of the ancient and famous dynasty which ruled in South India. It ruled from the Sangam age, but its power reduced to become a subordinate of the Pallavas. It again re-established its glory in the middle of 9th century and maintained its supremacy for about 4 centuries. Under the able of this dynasty, Vijayalaya was the founder of the revived Chola dynasty. He belonged to the chieftain family of the Cholas from Urayur. He broke away from the Pallavas and conquered Tanjavur and established his capital there. He also built a temple for goddess Nisumbhasundini there. His son Aditya was his successor, who brought a lot of development to this kingdom. But the power was defeated by the Rashtrakutas, and this dynasty broke out for about 30 years. Raja I of the Chola dynasty once again established the Chola dynasty in the region. His period of rule was from 985 CE to 1014 CE. The kingdom under his kingship became a rich empire. He developed a strong navy by conquering the naval forces of the Chera kingdom in the Kerala. He captured areas of Madhurya and Ceylon, present-day Sri Lanka. His domain thus spread up to areas of present-day Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. Even parts of Sri Lanka was under his control. Rajendra I, the son of Raja I, continued the expansionist policy of his father. He conquered the whole of Sri Lanka in the south. He also ventured the northwards of the northern India and conquered the parts of Gangetic plains. He thus got the title of Gangai Konda Chola. His rule of period was from 1014 CE to 1044 CE. He also developed a good agriculture and irrigation system in his region. Gradually, this empire started declining in the 13th century. Now we will learn about the Cholas administration. The Cholas rulers composed a well-structured administrative system for effective governance. The structure of such governance was given below, shows that this government is similar to today's democracy government. The king was the head of the administration. He was assisted by a council of ministers. The kingdom was divided into two categories. One category was governed by vassal chiefs, while the others were directly under the control of the king. The directly governed regions were subdivided into districts called Nadus. Further, the Nadus were divided into small units called kurams. The local self-government played a very important role of lower level administration. There, the local self-government were divided into 4 assemblies. Natlas. This assembly looked after the civic problems. The Nagarata. This looked after trade and civil matters. The Mahasabha. It was a representative assembly of villagers. This assembly met in a temple or public hall. It had 8 committees which look after matters related to lands, roads, judicial, accounts, irrigation, cultivation, agriculture, etc. It also oversees the revenue collection and expenditure of the village or the administration. The Ur. This was a gathering of villagers which used to discuss matters of common interest and resolve tribal issues amongst the people. They normally discuss matters. They normally discuss common matters and solve the tribal issues among the people only. Now we will learn about the Cholas' art and architecture. The Chola temples are famous for Tamil architecture. Brihadeswara temple, also known as Raja Rajeswara, was built by Raja Raja I, and another temple was built by his son Rajendra I at Gangaikonda Cholapuram. These temples are a pyramid shape. Both these temples are made for the Lord Shiva. These temples had huge gateways called gopurams. On the outer surface of the pyramidal tower, the images of various architectures and deities were engraved. These temples have huge courtyards in which people used to gather and discuss various civil matters. Temples were not only religious places but were the centers of social and economic activities as well. Over a period of time, small settlements of garland makers, potters, craftspersons, cooks, priests, etc. were available. They come up around the temples and people started taking care for the need of the pilgrims. Now we will learn about the Chola's bronze sculptures. Chola was also famous for their bronze sculptures. They especially made the bronze sculptures of Nataraja, Shiva, the Lord of Dance. The sculptures were also made of other metals and even of stones. Now we will learn about the agriculture and irrigation of the Cholas. Agriculture played a vital role in the growth of the Chola Empire. The Kaveri River and the delta formed by it close to the Bay of Bengal had very fertile land around it. Due to the availability of water, people were able to grow 2 crops in a year at certain places. The rulers took interest in developing and improving the irrigation facilities, which helped boost productions. Wells were also dug to have subsoil water. Reservoirs and embankments were constructed at various places to prevent flood or to channelize water through canals. Today we will learn, let's recall what we have learned, students. Today we will learn about the Chola dynasty. We'll learn about the Chola administration. Then we have learned about the Chola architecture. Then we have learned about the Cholas made bronze sculptures. Then we will read about the agriculture and irrigation facilities of the Cholas. I think you have enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you, students.